What is going on YouTube? Today I got something that surprisingly I have not got in a long time. So I went out, I got myself some Jollibee. Yeah, Jollibee. It's been a couple months since I had it. Believe it or not, I'm like the Jollibee guy. I love Jollibee and I haven't had it in such a long time. Isn't that crazy? So I got it here. Let's get into it. I know it's a massive bag, but it's just my regular order, to be quite honest with you. There's nothing like really crazy there. So we got the fries here. Will it stand? Oh, look at that. It will stand. And then the box. And of course, the gravy. Let's take this out here. Very nice. Oh, it's nice and hot. Look at that. Ooh. Before we get started, guys, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below if anything you want to try anything to talk about. I'm down to that as always. And as always, check out the timestamp description. I got a story for us today that I just remembered yesterday. I'm like, I have to tell this story. I'm pretty sure I didn't tell the story. I hope I didn't tell the story, but yeah, let's go for the first bite here. Oh, let's open up the, oh, it's gonna fall. They're great. I'm just gonna put the gravy behind the fries, you know? Look at that, looking good. First bite here with the Jollibee in a long time, months. Ooh, I don't wanna drop it. Okay, see, I'm just dropping. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, first bite. It feels hot. Oh, how I missed you. You know what? This is my work schedule. It's hard for me to get Jollibee because I work while Jollibee's closing, right? I finish work right when it closes, so I can't really get it. And now because of Ramadan, like the fast breaks, like right around when Jollibee closes too, so kind of hard to get good timing with it, but I don't work today, so I literally just woke up and got this. So now that the first one's done, I can go ahead and tell the story. So this is kind of an interesting story. This one happened to me years ago. I would say like 7, 8 years ago. Here in Brampton. I know you guys don't know what type of story it is, but believe it or not, this story happened in the washroom of a Wild Wings. Just randomly in the washroom of a Wild Wings. That Wild Wings is closed down and like remade, but essentially what happened is we wanted wings. I went there with my then girlfriend and we went to this Wild Wings because the other Wild Wings was across the city. One that we used to go to, but there's another one that's just closer. So what happened was we went to this Wild Wings. We sit down, waitress comes to order our food. And mind you, it's also not even that late. It's probably like, I don't even know, like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. around there. I'm just like, I have to use the bathroom, so I go use the bathroom. Walk into the bathroom. There's another guy in there, like, using the bathroom too, like using the urinal. So I go to the stall. The stall is absolutely disgusting, the most disgusting stall I've ever seen in my life. So I'm just like, nope, I'm not using that stall. I hate using stalls, they're disgusting. So I just stand there and I wait for the other guy to finish using the washroom. So he finishes with the urinal, goes in front of the mirror, checks himself, leaves, didn't wash his hands. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So I use it, right? And I do my business. I finish and then I go to the mirror to like wash my hands and stuff. So I wash my hands and then as I'm leaving, a guy comes in, right? And he stops in front of me and he blocks me. He blocks me from walking out, right? It was like some Somali guy. I'm pretty sure he's Somali. But yeah, he blocks my way from leaving, and he's like, there you are. Mind you, I've never seen this guy before in my life. I don't know who this guy is, but he's like, there you are. And he comes and hugs me and kisses me on the cheek. And I'm like, here I am. Yeah, hi, how are you, right? Because I don't know who this guy is. Well, he's blocking my way from leaving the washroom. So, and he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, my name is Shamid. He's like, Shamid, are you Muslim? And he's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm Muslim. And he's like, oh, so you know about the establishment, not establishment or establishment. He says establishment. And he like reiterates it a couple times. He's like, oh, so you know about the establishment, And he starts talking. He's like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't drink because that's the devil stuff. He's like, do you know what this is? And I'm like, Jay-Z, is that Rockefeller or what is that? Like, what do you mean? What do I know what this is? And he's like, this is the symbol, this is the sign. You have to be a part of the establishment. And he's like, just, I don't know. He was just saying like a bunch of things about that. And you know, he was all over the place, right? That he was saying that he was also Muslim, but he knows some things that he can't say because other people can't know and they don't want him to say what these things are. Mind you, I'm standing there, I'm like, okay. I don't like know why you're talking to me. And you know, the funny thing is, as he's talking, more and more of his friends are coming into the washroom, right? So as he's talking, one friend comes into the washroom and he's just standing there in the corner. Another friend comes into the washroom, we're standing in the corner. Now, the funniest part of that, about the friends coming in, oh, this is a big piece actually. Let me take this bite. Look at that. Ooh, I don't want it to drip, but it's looking good. But yeah, the funniest thing about his friend coming to the washroom is the same one who came in to pee and didn't wash his hands, came into the washroom, didn't look at any of us, walked past us, and then went to the stall. You remember the stall I said was disgusting? Closed it and just stood in there. And he was in there the whole time. In my mind, I'm like, yo, what business does this guy have in that stall? But yeah, pretty sure. But yeah, and then this like huge like 6'6" guy comes in and is now standing in front of the door. Like before, the other guy was blocking my exit from the door, right? He kind of just standing in my way. Instead of standing in front of the door, and he's 6'6", so he's like the size of the door. And then the guy is like starts touching my shoulder, stuff like that. The guy who asked me if I'm part of the establishment. And then another guy comes in like a red jacket. But take it off this game here so I can eat it after. He's in a red jacket and he's like, what are you doing? Here's where you are? Wow. I'm paraphrasing a lot. But this ordeal has been like 15 minutes. I've been in the washroom for like 15 minutes. Because like this guy's saying a lot of things to me, right? And then the guy comes in and he's like, this is where you are. And he's like, I'm talking to him. And then the other guy comes up to a small guy, starts grabbing him and he's like, let's go. And then the other guy, the small guy's grabbing me by my jacket. And he's like, no. And the other guy, super polite. He's like, I'm sorry, sir. He's calling me sir. He's like, I'm sorry, sir. You can just go. And the guy's just blocking me from going. Eventually he walks, he lets go of me. And I just kind of like get in between the 6'6" guy and the door because he's just standing there staring at me. I just kind of shimmy past him and walk out. And I go back, and my then girlfriend just like, why were you in there for so long? And then I explain the whole story to her. Mind you, another crazy part about it is that I don't know what these guys are doing because I went back and I sat down. We got our food, we ate it. Those guys were still in the washroom that whole time. Like they didn't leave the washroom that whole time, right? Since they went in and since I left. The only one who left was the 6'6" guy who left and kept coming back. And he kept looking at me, like sitting down. And then like she kept asking me, she's just like, why is he looking at you? I'm just like, I don't know. So I told the story to someone else. And then they told me that when he asked about the establishment, he probably meant, or it sounded like he was talking about like ISIS, like ISIS. I don't know. Because he also could have been talking about the Illuminati because he did this, because that's, I guess, what he was like alluding to. But, you know, you can't be too sure. So, you know what the title of this video is going to be. Yeah. That was my story about how some Somali guy came into the washroom, kissed me on the cheek, and asked me if I was a part of the establishment. Crazy. There's also another story about a guy who went to my school at York. I don't really know him. I wasn't really friends with him, but I seen him. I think he's a part of my frosh. He's from Hamilton too. His name Muhammad. Apparently, he was approached by some people at York, and he was like indoctrinated into like that mindset of ISIS. So, from the article I read, he was going to like Washington or something to see his dad. And then he like ditched a train, which would have taken him there. And he hopped on a plane and went to Syria. And there's even in the article, even a picture of him like with AK-47 in Syria or wherever he was at the time. Unfortunately, he was also like ended because he was like kind of like fighting in the front line for them, I guess. They're crazy. He's not someone I know personally. He's someone I've seen. It's someone I've like interacted with, like because he was a part of my frosh group and all that stuff, like at York. For those who don't know, frosh is just like, I don't know if you guys have it in the States because a lot of my viewers are from the States. Like, it's a first week university where there's like a bunch of events and parties and stuff like that. So he was a part of that. Last bite here. And it's always so interesting to me. Like, why is it making noise? How do you even get like brainwashed into thinking that, like, if you grew up at such like a modern time where like things are so prevalent, like hate is so prevalent, right? Like, how do you just get brainwashed into thinking that like it's okay to go down there and fight and kill people, right? I have no idea what his background was or who he was, or if he was even Syrian. I don't even think he was Syrian. Now I think about it, I think he was also Somalian too, so I don't know. Okay, and that was Jollibee. So good, so delicious. I missed it so much. I was afraid that, you know, I don't have it for a while and then like I come back and it might taste different, but I didn't have to worry about it this time. That's good. I like that. But yeah, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if anyone trying to talk about. I'm down to do this. Always check out the suggested videos in the side. And yeah, again, that was Jollibee. I'm not gonna rate it because it's just Jollibee. I never rate Jollibee. I haven't rated Jollibee since I got, like, I only rate it when I get new items from Jollibee. Then I'll like rate the new item, but like actual Jollibee, I haven't rated it since like the first couple times I had it, I think maybe. I don't know. And yeah, I hope you guys also enjoyed my little story about how I was kind of, what's the word? I don't even know the word. Swarmed, I guess is the appropriate word, in the bathroom of a Wild Wings. One of the dirtiest bathrooms I've ever seen. It was quite the time. It was quite the time. And then the other story, not really my story, but just like a little story about like a guy who used to went to York who defected to Syria. Just that stuff's very like interesting how like people get people like that. But you know, either way, I don't know. It happens. But yeah, again, thank you for watching Jollibee. Hope you guys enjoyed my stories, first review, and peace.